Good Super Bowl morning. Got to make a video, right? Now I feel like everybody has their opinions and whatnot. My opinion is not worth any more than anyone else's opinion, but I do broadcast sports. I like talking about sports, and I want to put a video together to make you guys feel good and confident about cheering on the Birds tonight. First things first, Chiefs Kingdom. Love you guys. Respect you guys. You set the standard, honestly, because you're in the middle of the country. Everybody drives in, can respect your fan base much more than like the Cowboys or the Vikings, obviously, similarly. And your guys' brand of Midwestern nice is like cool and believable. I feel like if you came to the Link parking lot, it would just be good times, right? You'd bring us some barbecue, we'd bust your balls a little bit, but you'd be too nice to do anything back, and we'd realize, yeah, these people are all right, and they got a good football team. That's the first thing I'm going to say here. The Chiefs are a good football team. Best record out of the AFC. As far as it goes as a matchup for the Eagles, probably of the 7 teams that made the playoffs, one of the better 4 matchups to go up against. And so let's get into it. Chiefs coach Andy Reid, we love the guy. Big Red, we respect him. He's 1-2 in his 3 Super Bowl appearances. Now, if you remember the Eagles Super Bowl back in 2004, that entire first half, the offense couldn't get on the ground. And that was in 2004 with Donovan McNabb as quarterback. But then the 2 most recent Super Bowls that Reid has coached, with Mahomes at quarterback for the Chiefs, they also, in both of those games, had extended periods of time where the offense, the pinnacle, acclaimed Chiefs offense, wasn't doing anything. If you remember the win against the Niners, it took a missed throw by Garoppolo and a pretty miraculous 4th down heave to Tyreek Hill to get that offense back going again, just to get the comeback in motion. If you played that Super Bowl 100 times, from that point, the Niners, I think, would have still won 65 or 70 times out of 100. It just didn't end that way. But you can't act like that didn't happen. And then, remember in 2020, that's the Super Bowl everybody forgets because it was the COVID year and it was in Tampa. They didn't get off the bus. And even after the game, in the press conferences, you have Mahomes and Tyreek Hill doing things like congratulating Todd Bowles, who was the defensive coordinator for the Bucks. Like, and obviously, the cast is different, right? It's a different group of Chiefs in terms of the targets that Mahomes has around him. But the Chiefs offense, it's still Andy Reid, it's still Eric Bieniemy, it's still Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes, all right? The offensive line for the Chiefs is a little bit different than it's been in the past 2 Super Bowls. Creed Humphrey is great on the interior. Guard play is, it's not really worth noting. It's just kind of league average guard play. Andrew Wiley, the right tackle, is properly rated as not that good of an offensive tackle. If you look at his PFF numbers, it's been getting worse and worse, basically since the Chiefs acquired him from the Colts. But he's been a competent NFL starter, and so it's just a name that people see and they write off as like, yeah, he's a good tackle. He's not. He's going to have a really hard time on that right tackle spot with both Reddick and Josh Sweat or Reddick and BG rushing him, okay? On the left tackle spot, Orlando Brown, it's the same thing. Like, he's better than Andrew Wiley is. He is good. He's not great. He's just good. He's just an above-average guy. An above-average guy who's going to have to carry the weight of 3 average to below average offensive linemen on the other side of him, with a quarterback who has a high ankle sprain and a litany of new targets at wide receiver. Now, he still has Travis Kelce. That's cool. You can hone in on Travis Kelce and with the Eagles secondary still have all your bases covered. Avonte Maddox, Darius Slay, James Bradbury as your 3 cornerbacks are so criminally underrated, it's not okay. And it'll be pleasant to see them show that to people on the field on Sunday. So with the Chiefs, you have average offensive line, head coach and an offensive coordinator who have been known to not get the offense in gear in the Super Bowl against a historically great defense that doesn't need to prove anything else to get that title, but we're still not getting the credit, so they're still hungry and they're still going to come out and show how historically great they are. Now, will the Chiefs beat the Eagles over the top a play or two? Yeah, that's the nature of the offense. That's going to happen in this game. But will the Chiefs be able to consistently move the ball down the field against the Eagles? No. And off of history, no. What do the Eagles have to worry about on that Chiefs defense? It's Clark and Jones on the defensive line, and then a whole Nick Bolton at the linebacker spot. It's just not there. Any analysis that puts these 2 rosters at even in terms of total head-to-toe talent, wrong. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce's eliteness does not make up for the disparities along the rest of the 53. The Eagles are going to move the ball fairly easily, just like they did in Super Bowl 52. It might be surprising to people, but the offense is good. They move the ball every game. The ugly game that Colts 17-16 win, they still moved the ball. They should have scored 31 points. They turned the ball over inside the Colts 10 twice. That Monday night loss against the Commanders, 400 yards of offense, red zone turnover. The Eagles move the ball. They're going to do that. They've moved the ball against harder defenses than the Kansas City Chiefs. What are the Kansas City Chiefs going to do? Play from behind, huck it, and hope for the best, because that's what happens with Andy Reid teams in the Super Bowl. Big Red, I love you. All my Chiefs friends, especially like Elliot down in Knoxville, I love you, dude. You're not going to win today. It's not going to be that enjoyable of a watch for you guys. Birds by 9 because the Chiefs will probably score a late touchdown and make it close, but I'm feeling 33-24. I don't know why. It's going to be comfortable. It's going to be comfortable. Go Birds. 33-24. Don't apologize for it. Don't apologize for being proud of the Birds or confident in the team. We're better. A lot better. And the nation will finally get to see it and have to start giving it some respect. Birds by 9, 33-24. Go Birds!